everyone. Welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaCroix Scott, and today we are reviewing The Poolman, a film by
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, the star of the movie. I just drew a blank. You know why? Because I was thinking of all the Chris's because I was trying to identify the Chris in Deadpool, which we will talk about later. But now, Poolman.
So this came out a while ago. It wasn't in theaters very long. It's Chris Pine is the star, the writer, the director. He did a Q&A at the session that I saw, at the showing that I saw, which was sold out. And when he was talking about the making of this movie, first of all, Danny DeVito and Annette Bening are in it, which love Danny DeVito and Annette Bening. He was talking about working with them, and it was during the pandemic. So, and because like he made this on relatively low budget because he was funding it, they basically had like 19 days to shoot the whole thing because they were trying to work it in between like existing projects that Danny DeVito had. And so like it was crunch for time. They also were working through the pandemic. So they had like those constraints as well. It seemed like a fun project for them, even though it had all of these challenges around it. It seemed like that even sort of added to how much fun it was because it was sort of a 19-day team building experience. I thought this movie was interesting for what it was. It certainly wasn't a movie that you were going to take super seriously and be like, this doesn't make sense because of this and this and this. It was just sort of like, I always want to describe it as his stream of consciousness.
Yes, yeah. I think definitely the beginning of the film was definitely not like the end of the film. And I didn't know what to expect, but I thoroughly enjoyed the quirky characters. Like there's always that character, and I feel like I respect him for getting into kind of like this person's mindset or writing a character like that, and then all of their friends and the weirdness and then the mystery was not prepared for that. But it was fun.
Yeah. He said in the Q&A, there's a scene in the beginning where Danny DeVito is telling this very long story about going to get takeout at a Japanese restaurant. And he said that his dad actually told a very similar story and he recorded that. And so he played it for Danny DeVito. And the thing that Danny does in that scene is he just ad-libs that whole story, like based on kind of the inspiration of hearing Chris's actual dad tell this very long story about getting Japanese food. Like he just does it, which is amazing. I think Danny DeVito is super, super talented.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but hearing those like things, those stories about the behind the scenes stuff is so fun. I'm going to try to get more Q&As. I need to put that on my list of things to do.
Oh yeah, same. I'm so sad to have missed that because I feel like with this film, Chris really made an effort to go and do a Q&A at all the theaters that were showing this film during its run earlier this year. But unfortunately, the film didn't stay in theaters too long. So for me, I ended up watching this film on the plane on my JetBlue flight. And I was like, oh, this is really great. Like, it's just very different. It's very quirky. And it's, it's very character driven. And I liked it.
Yeah. Recommend as a streamer for sure. Let's go to the slides. So I still gave it just like slightly above average, but I think it's because you have to be in a certain mood to appreciate this movie. It's not just something that you could recommend to anyone or sit down and watch anytime and be like, that was amazing. You definitely, it's a very specific.
I agree.
Application.
I agree. It's a vibe. And then it's like, oh, you get invested because it's like, it becomes a whodunit. But also it's just very local. It's very, the changing landscape of LA. If you're a fan of Chinatown, you'd probably like Chinatown the movie, you'd really like this movie. um, and some of the places with which they shot too, like downtown LA, very prevalent in this film, and also like, you know, when you think about your apartment buildings or things that you would see in LA, it's like, oh, that's that.
Yeah,
Quirky characters.
very. Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
So, no.
No.
I'm fresh out.
That's okay. We can skip that part when I. Thanks everyone for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.